Hello everyone, this is yet another Planescape Torment stream with narration and stuff, so I'll be doing that. Last time we stopped on Marta being kidnapped. Not sure how I'm gonna find them, but I hope that's not too difficult to do. Let's check the journal, I guess. The Nameless One's favorite item, Explore Sigil. A newborn ally has come into being, allowing me access to other wards of Sigil. I should explore these new streets and see if I can find someone knowledgeable enough to help me decipher who I am. I'm guessing the lower ward was unlocked. And the cleric's ward. Clerk's ward. Probably, yeah. Let's explore this new place then. Zanifia, Byron Pikett, Gord Thorpe and Zerb. There's lots of names here. Kina. This woman has yellow cast to her skin and severe features. Tattoos cover her body, and she wears a long blade at her side. Her eyes are like the two small black pearls. As you approach her, they follow Darkon's movements. Before you reach her, Darkon breaks in. I would have you hear me. What is it, Darkon? It is my will that we do not speak to this woman. Why not? She is the Zerf. Our wills are crossed blades. We have no common ground. Okay, let's not speak to her then. You have my gratitude. Think nothing of it.
I'm gone.
Zanifia. You see a pretty young woman in fine clothes. Her skin lacks the usual yellow tint of the inhabitants of this world. She appears to be watching 3 nearby creatures with interest. These guys, I presume. Greetings. She turns to face you, and an annoyed look crosses her face. Yes, what do you want? I have some questions. Fine. She looks irritated. Who are you? My name is Zanifia. She looks you up and down and then frowns. Is there something else you want? I have some questions. What are you doing here? There's going to be a fight and I want to see it. She smiles wickedly. Should be interesting. A fight? Yes. See the 3 Focola over there? She points at the 3 hulking creatures with rippling muscles. They are going to try and kill an Abishai. She snorts. The stupidos. I've heard of something called a Abishai. What exactly is that? It's a lower planes creature, but Batezu, I think. She frowns in thought. In any case, Abishai have nasty dispositions, sharp claws, and can cast spells very formidable. Yes, I tried to fight the one once. The Focula looks like they can take care of themselves. Normally, I would say yes. Tokolo are very powerful warriors. She smiles slyly and leans in to whisper to you. However, I know something they don't. What might that be? Abishai can only be hurt by magic. Oh, that's interesting. She snickers. The Focula will be slaughtered. I have no doubt of it. She strains up and watches the Focula eagerly. How do you know they can only be hurt by magic? She gives you an annoyed look. My husband is very high up in the Harmonium. The Harmonium guards are trained to deal with creatures such as Abishai. She looks away. That's how I know. My husband told me. Why don't you warn the Focula? Why should I do that? She smiles evilly. I'm the one who suggested the fight. Why? My husband tries to better his social standing with his underlings by drinking with them in the local taverns. Last evening, he forced me to just such an occasion. Those 3 oaks were there, boasting of their prowess as warriors. It was obvious they were in a drunken stupor. When they decided to leave, one of them tripped and fell into the table I was sitting at. She pauses. Go on. She frowns angrily. Most of the drinks at the table spilled into my lap and ruined a very expensive evening gown. So, while the while the cretin was trying to apologize, I whispered to him that I only accepted the apology of a warrior of stature. If he were truly such a warrior, he'd be able to defeat an Abishai in hand-to-hand combat. You're going to have them killed because they ruined the address? You obviously do not understand the intricacies behind the situation. She looks at you like you are an idiot child. I was embarrassed and humiliated in front of my husband and his underlings. She looks angrily. I see. What can you tell me about this word? Nothing. She looks about with distaste. Were it not for the fight, I wouldn't be caught dead here. Caught dead? What does that mean? I see. Well, I probably want to see the fight as well. Gort. This huge creature stands over 9 feet tall. Rippling muscle supports its massive frame. It seems to be engaged in conversation with two similar creatures next to it. Greetings. He turns at your greeting and looks down at you. A look of confusion crosses his features. Gort greets small one. I have some questions. He gives you an apologetic look and shakes his head. Gort not speaking with your talk. Sorry, you asked Thorpe. He gestures to one of the creatures next to him. Alright, thank you. Let's talk to Thorpe. The creature is huge, standing over 9 feet tall. Yeah. The same as the other guy. Greetings. He looks down at you and gives you a friendly smile. What do you want, small Lee? I have some questions. You got a question maybe Thorpe can answer. He smiles at you. What are you doing here? He barks at laugh and smiles at you. Thorpe here with friends. He gestures to the nearby focula. You're gonna barsh a flying lizard. He lets out a roar and begins to pound his chest with fists the size of hams. A flying lizard? He nods his head and then begins to make crawling motions. Lizard, you know, but it fly. He begins to flap his arms around like a huge misshapen bird. Eventually, he settles down and looks at you expectantly. You mean a dragon? He snorts and raises to his full height. Ford good, but he not that good. Someday Ford want to fight a barsh dragon. He stares off into the distance with the longing expression then sighs. But this is not that day. Well, if it's not a dragon you're talking about, then what is it? Thorpe not remember what Xanthia call it. He pauses to think. It lizard. Tell us, Thorpe. Walk on back legs, got wings, got claws, red in color. Think she says they called Abishi. He pauses, then shrugs. I've heard of something called Abishai. Is that what you mean?
Updated my journal.
His eyes light up and he gives you a joyful smile as he nods his head. Yes, Abishai. Flying lizard. Thorpe and friends barsh real good. Thorpe be warrior of stature then. Xanthia accept apology. What is this about Xanthia and an apology? Thorpe exchanged to tavern last night. Thorpe gets stinking drunk, fall on Xanthia's table, spill drinks all over her. He looks embarrassed. Xanthia says she not accept apology and says Thorpe be a warrior of stature. So killing an Abishai is supposed to give you stature. Xanthia says so. Thorpe do not know. I've talked to Xanthia. She said you were going to fight an Abishai? He smiles and nods at you enthusiastically. That's right, Thorpe and friends barge. Should I tell him? Probably. I kinda want to. But also I want to see what would happen. Let's not get involved. Let's just do not warn him. Well, enjoy yourself. I'm sure you'll be victorious. Very well. You see Zentia, she gives you a bored look at your approach. Well, I saw you talking to that Oaththorpe. Did you warn him? No, I decided to enjoy the show with you. Zentia laughs and then smiles. How nice. Please feel free to join me. She pauses in thought for a moment and then removes a pouch at her side. Here, take this as a reward for not spoiling a lady's fun. She hands you the pouch. Thank you.
All right.
Oh, there they are. Can I talk to Thorpe now? Is the small again? What do you want? Nothing. Just waiting for the glorious battle between you and the Abishai. Thorpe lets out a thunderous laugh and begins to beat his chest with his fists. Yes. Farewell.
I'm gone.
Is that it? There's an Abishai. Oh, they're attacking something. There they go. It's a red one as well. Oh my god. He's just styling on them. He's still... Okay. Well, I think that's it for Thorpe and his underlings. Let's pick up the copper commons he left.
All right.
Maybe Zensia can say something now? Appears busy, cannot initiate dialogue. Oh, she disappeared. I think that's what Morte left.
I'm gone.
I need to find them. Lower Ward townsperson. You see a young man, he's paying careful attention to the crowd around him. He nods at you approach. Greetings. Aye, a good day to you. He looks you up and down. I have some questions. Please ask away. Is there anything of interest in this ward? Yes, the people here are fascinating. Quite a variety really, but I don't suppose most folks would care. I have some other questions. What can you tell me about this ward? Nothing much really, I just come here to watch the crowds. There are lots of markets and such here, so it attracts a wide variety of people. I like watching people. What can I buy here? He smiles. Well, just about anything. Look around in the shop. I see.
All right.
Would be easier to see if it wasn't so dark. But I'm looking for... I don't know. I'm looking for Morte. Upper ward. Wait, there's an upper ward as well. Where would that be? I guess here? This map was just strange. Oh my god, a shadow approached me.
I'm gone.
Someone could damage it even. But others couldn't. What was it? I think it's Darkon's blade that does damage. But I'm not sure. Yeah, it's probably Darkon. That was surprisingly an easy fight. I thought it would be a bit more difficult. The coffin maker, marketplace. Oh, the marketplace seems to be indoors. Yeah, I think that's the case.
I'm gone.
This Alec person. You see an older man with long white hair and weathered yellow skin. He stands tall despite his obvious age. He smiles and gives you a slight bow. Greetings. And to you as well, Cutter. How may I serve you? He raises his eyebrows as he awaits your answer. I'm interested in what you have for sale. What's this? This is a fairly large ruby record from Mordor's box. Gem of this quality are valued and by practitioners of art and as a component for various spells. I do not remember where I got that. That's interesting. I cannot sell to him any... Oh, wait, is that... No, that's my inventory. Magus's Guard. Consider standard equipment for any adventurous mage. Bracelets such as these can be found across the plains, judging by the markings on this particular bracelet. It appears to have been made in a style quite common to sigil. Various glyphs of wording are meticulously carved along the surface, producing an almost hypnotic effect when looked at. When worn, this bracelet protects the wearer from normal attacks as if they were wearing scale armor. That's cool. Serpent's Ring, only usable by thieves, gives a lot of resistance to magic. This appears to be a baby serpent of some sort that has been frozen into the shape of a ring. Its eyes glitter and swirl like jewels, and even appear to move occasionally. I see. Spider bracelet. In actuality, this is a living spider, not jewelry. Really? When attached to one's wrist, the spider will sink its fangs into the user's flesh and feed from the host, providing both beneficial and detrimental effects. Minus 1 to intelligence and wisdom, but resistance to attacks. These are some interesting items. Magus's Shield. This bracelet is a variation of the Magus's Guard, essentially using the same spells and glyphs as its predecessor. The Magus Shield is better to be able to focus the energy of the enchantments placed upon it. I might want to buy that to improve my armor class. Right now, the 7 would be able to tank just a little bit better. I want to sell the bronze rings though. Doesn't seem like I can buy. I mean, it doesn't seem like I can sell them. And he does. Oh, like the Merchant of Magic. But he doesn't have any spells though. Interesting. Ring of the Traveler. +1 to armor class. You mean -1 then? These rings are quite common across the plane, simple to make and great in demand. Mages usually create these items as a way to raise quick money. This particular ring has minor enchantment on it so that that protects the wearer from harm. I don't think you can stack them, probably not. With this one, probably not as well. Created from the blood of a Displacer beast, this ring is able to partially redirect the force of any ordinary weapon. This results in making the user harder to hit, and when hit, takes less damage than normal. I see. Shamanic Rod. Invokes Magic Missile. Oh, that's useful. This is the severed foot of some large bird for whatever reason. Someone has enchanted it, making it capable of casting spell Magic Missile for a limited number of times. Yeah. Would be really useful if it was that, like, you could cast it once a day or something like that. I need to find someone who I could sell jewelry to.
All right.
Maybe Anze. See an older, stern-looking man. His face is a mixture of wrinkles and frown lines. Greetings. He gives you a quick, stiff bow. Hey, greeting to you as well. Anze is my name. What you be needing? I have some questions. Gives you a toothless grin. I reckon I got the time to give you the chant. What you be needing to know? I had a skull and it's been stolen from me. Do you know anyone who would do such a thing? He tries to look concerned, but fails miserably. Sorry to hear that, Cutter. If you think it was stolen, you should tell the Harmonium. The Harmonium? The law, Cutter. Harmonium bashers are the law here in Sigil. If your property is missing, you should be able to tell them. Do you think the Harmonium can recover the skull? He starts to say something, then stops to think. After a moment, he chuckles. Nay, Cutter, I'd be guessing not. Never mind. I see, I have some questions. I need to buy some magic items. You can talk to Analak next door. Well, I want to buy some weapons. And it seems it's pretty basic weapons.
Done.
The magic items were a bit more interesting. Cinder. This is a really crowded place. I'm kinda surprised. See a large, blustery merchant. He looks to be totally hairless, and his pale yellow skin scarred as if from burns. He looks at you intently as you approach. Greetings. He smiles at you. Greetings, I'm Cinder. I heard about you. You be this scarred, clueless fella that be going around the wards asking questions. What can I be helping you with? You look like you have a few scars yourself. He frowns and then begins to laugh. Aye, that I do. Few years back I had me a keep set up in the hive. Some barmy mage decided to burn the word right out of the sigil. Almost took me with it. Sick for a month I was. A month? That's not all that long. He nods and gets a faraway look for a moment. It could have been worse. Local mage healed me, fixed the scars and all. Could have grown my hair back, but I kinda like the look. Interesting. Do you think this mage could help him with my scars? He looks you over and then shrugs. I don't see why not. Your scars don't look that bad. He looks at you closely. Aye. Now who's to say? You should talk to him yourself. Name's Sebastian. And he sets up his keep over by the foundry. I might do that. I had some questions for you. I'll be pleased to answer your questions. He narrows his eyes and gives you a sly smile. About the shop and the wares, you see, that is, I'm no tout. No, I'm not. I had a skull and been stolen from me. Do you know of anyone who would do such a thing? A skull, you mean? A skull? Yes, a skull. He gives you a confused look. I can't see any reason for you to have a skull, let alone why some berk would steal it from you. I see. I had some other question. I'm interested in spells. I think I can help you. Let me show you my wares, alright? And I can't sell him stuff. Ball lightning, that's pretty good, probably. Spheres of electrical force shoot forth and strike your nearest foes. Caster can create up to 4 glowing spheres of lightning when the spell is cast. They're roughly 3 feet in diameter. The damage varies depending on the numbers of balls created. Oh, I could choose. That's probably really useful. Might want to buy that. Vampiric Touch. Probably need to make a hit in order for that to land. Drains 1 to 6 HP from the target every 2 wizard levels. Oh my god, that's pretty good. The damage that he drains is then transferred to the caster and added to the total HP. Any HP over the normal maximum is treated as temporary hit points, which will be lost after 1 hour if not used beforehand as weapon damage. This is probably pretty useful. Force missiles. What's that? Missiles of force accurately strike down and blast its intended victims. Like the magic missile, the spell creates a mystical globe of magical energy which will successfully hit its target for 2 to 8 points of damage regardless of saving throw. I see. It then explodes with a concussive blast that does 1 point of damage per level of the cast, divided by the level of the caster within a 3 feet radius. If a saving throw is made, then concussive damage is negated. These create 1 missile at 7th, plus an additional missile every 2nd level after 7, for a maximum of 7 missiles. But I guess you could use this spell at level 7. Because that's when you get the level 4 casting. Shadow is probably invisibility, right? Brings shadows to your egg and shielding your body from detection and physical attacks. No, that's it's not invisibility. Confusion, probably really good. Focus and purpose shall become undone. As per the name, the spell causes 1 to 4 creatures plus 1 creature per level to become confused and unsure of itself. They will enter. They will either wander away, staying confused, attack nearest creature, or act normal. "10 seconds plus 1 per level. Only usable at level 7. Ball Lightning is a level 3 spell. Probably would want to buy that. But I need some place to sell all this stuff. Let's buy the scroll from him. Interested in spells, alright. Scroll of Armor. Grants an armor class of 6 to the target. No, probably not want to use that. Let's buy... Well, Cone of Cold is a level 5 spell. I see. Let's buy Ball Lightning.
I'm gone.
It seems as though it has a special section of the market. But I'm not sure how to get there.
Done.
Harmonium Officer, yeah, probably should talk to him. See a Harmonium Guard, he's watching his surroundings carefully as he walks his patrol area. He seems uninterested in talking to you, leave him be.
Done.
That's unfortunate. Maybe I can talk to this one? No, same thing.
Done.
Maybe this Harmonium Officer? Yep. See a Harmonium Guard, he watches you warily as you approach. Greetings. He nods at you. Good day, citizen. Have some questions. He shakes his head. I'm on duty, citizen. I do not have time for questions. Please take them elsewhere. It would only take a moment of your time. He frowns at you. I do not have time for questions, citizens. Move along.
All right.
That's unfortunate. Is this the Harmonium building? No, just some kind of a warehouse.
Done.
Vault of the Ninth World. Can I talk to him? Welcome to the Vaults of the Ninth World. How may I serve you on this fine day, Sigillian? What is this place? The Vaults of the Ninth World is pleased to serve as a warehouse for the lower ward and all the sentients of Sigil. Our motto is, when one world isn't big enough, we provide storage space for those that have little to spare. Our prices are competitive, our service is exemplary, and our courtesy to customers is known throughout the plains. That's interesting. So they use some kind of a dimensional spell to transfer items somewhere else and thus make storage. What are you? I'm the voice of the Vault of the Ninth World. I'm here to serve you, the customer. Instruct me in what you desire. I'd like to claim something. What is it for you looking for? I was looking for a large bag of coins. We have a bag of coins like that when you use scribe, sir. I just need to find the one thing from you. How much was in it? Somehow this guess feels right. 1,123 coins. Here you go, sir. Thanks for storing your goods at the Vault of the Ninth World. That's pretty cool. Is this place really as big as a world? No, it's just a marketing exaggeration. There is a lot of space here, but not that much. I see. Farewell, we at the Vault of the Ninth World will eye your business. Please join Yellow Bet. That's pretty cool.
All right.
Let's talk to this Yi Min. The man has a rough, leathery skin with a pale yellow cast and gaunt features. His face is angular, his nose is small and highly placed, and his ears taper to points. A tracery of tattoos and scars cover his body. He is dressed in strange, gaudy leathers that look more ornamental than combat-ready. His eyes are like two black stones, and they track you as you approach. Before you reach him, Darkon pauses. Don't talk to him. I would caution you against speaking to this Githyanki. What's a
My
Githyanki?
journal.
Githyanki and Githray were once of common stock. We were slaves and food for the Illithids, mind flayers, who devoured their lives in order to succor their own. One of our ancestors, the warrior Queen Gith, led us to victory against the Illithids, and we escaped. We have waged an unending war on the mind flayers ever since. However, there was disagreement over the future of our people. Upon the blasted plains, our leader Zethrimon made the pronouncement of two skies, and steel was bared. One race became two. It's a rift that cannot be crossed peacefully. We're going to speak to him anyway. Darkon nods. The Githyanki has been watching your approach and seems to ignore you entirely. Darkon, who wails on the walls of Sharktlor, an unexpected surprise. He draws his weapon. Darkon also draws his blade. You mean your blood shall corrode the flagstones of the street? Stand between them and stop. Darkon speaks to you, though he never takes his eyes off the opponent. Hold fast, and do not stand between our blades. Let it go, Darkon. Darkon speaks to the Githyanki. You mean this is not a place of battle? The entire multiverse is a battlefield, dog. There are no sanctuaries. There is no place. You shall die. The Githyanki attacks. I'll attack the Githyanki again. Oh my god. He bashed him real good.
I hear your path is mine.
This might take a while. I need to go to an inn. Let them rest. There you go. Githyanki soldier attacks me now. Oh my god, that's a lot of Githyankis. Let's cast horror on them.
I will your path is mine.
Now try to get this one.
I'm gone.
Elysium's Tears, perhaps? Wait, it works now. Last time I couldn't even
Your will be done.
get it right. It's pretty chaotic. Might not survive this. Barely injured, badly injured. Dark one, I should probably heal him. What can I give him? Cloud Charm? Probably not. Yeah. Make him use that. Go attack this person.
All right.
There you go. Oh, he's still not
I hear your words.
finished.
All right.
Well, that's painful.
Done.
I bought some time with the horror, but don't think it'll do me. Was he blinded? Yeah, probably.
Done.
This should be doable.
I'm gone.
Let's cast Magic Missile. Which one of them was? I don't remember. I think this one is not the one that's blinded. This one is probably him. Come on, probably.
Will be done.
We're close to victory. There you go. Now finish this guy off. The one that's blind. Oh. It worked. Got coppers on them. Bronze. Copper. Rusty dagger.
I'm gone.
Should probably head to the usual market, the print shop. Sell some stuff.
Done.
Oh, thank God, I can now choose where to go.
All right.
That's not the place though. Yeah, that's where bar is. No, this is the marketplace I was looking for. Let's sell our stuff. He doesn't buy bronze though. That's interesting.
I'm gone.
Maybe Posajay? What do you have to offer? I don't... well... have no need for fish, sorry.
Done.
Maybe this guy? No, I don't want to buy the limbs.
All right.
I want to sell my stuff. What do you have? A manner of delicacies to delight your palate, my good man. Arborean fire seeds, garbar root, Elysian pearls, crimson lotus petals, Wytopian shepherd's bread, swift spice from the house of limbo, and sea plums. Sea plums are what I have at the moment. Merely 5 coppers for a taste of anything you like. Purchase something. Let's go with fire seeds. Don't swallow them, simply split them out when they're finished tingling. Spit them out. I don't think I'd like that. Let me try something else. What about this bread? You should 2 thick slices of Spiced nut bread. They're very aromatic, smelling of carrots and almond. Eat the bread. The bread tastes much as you had expected, of carrots and almonds. It's slightly sweet and light, leaving you hungry for more of the stuff. I don't need more, but thanks.
I'm gone.
Maybe this merchant. Oh yeah, I can sell stuff to him. Would be good to buy some charms. Let's buy 4 blood charms. Scroll of luck and scroll of blur. I don't think I need that at the moment.
All right.
Oh no, not here. I should rest at the inn and then continue on my merry way, looking for Morte. Could I rest here? Well, I will. How much? 5 coppers. Yep. 1 day and 6 hours. Oh, I should have prepared some spells. Yeah, I had 1 space.
All right.
No matter. That's fine too. Let's go to the lower ward again.
Done.
To the upper ward. Is that the... Yeah, that's probably the clerk's ward.
Done.
Harmonium officers. This large, red-armored figure standing in place, carefully watching passerby. You dimly recall that this ornate armor marks him as an officer of the Harmonium, the one who provides law enforcement for the city. Greetings. This man's eyes rove over the ward's inhabitants rather than you when he speaks. Move along. I had some questions. Though most of his attention is still directed at passerby, he takes a moment to look you in the eyes. Nothing for you here. Move along. I need your help. He hefts his weapons. You need help? Has crime been committed? Well, no, I just had some questions. Look, Burke, he pauses to peer suspiciously at someone walking past and returns attention to you. I've certain tasks set to me, and I'm not getting them done while I talk with some idle coward sort who's looking for so-and-so or wants direction to who knows where. Move along. In Baldur's Gate, you could ask guards usually to give you directions, if I remember right. This is not that kind of a guard. Drunken mage barkeeps. Let's talk to them. To the barkeep. The smiling man nods cheerfully as you approach. Welcome to my cafe, good sir. What might I serve you? Some wine, perhaps? No wine, but I had some questions. This man gives you a helpless sort of look. Humblest apologies, sir, but I make it a policy to serve drinks and nothing more. You shall have to look elsewhere for conversation, I'm afraid. Are you certain you wouldn't like a drink? Maybe bread and cheese, perhaps? No, I don't need anything, farewell.
I'm gone.
Who could I talk to? Maybe Harlot would clear some stuff up. This beautiful, seductively attired prostitute is a far cry from those you saw in the hive. She smells of expensive perfumes, and the lines of her face are subtly accentuated with lightly painted lines of soft, warm colors. He smiles as you approach her and curtsies gracefully. Greetings, good sir. Seeking to quench a lust Mistress Grace's profile cannot satisfy, I hope. No, but I had some questions. She puts her finger to your lips to hush you. There is but a single question to answer, good sir, and the answer is this. Yes, for only 500 coins. No thanks. Farewell. A pity. Please return when you have the change of heart, good sir. I'll be eagerly waiting you. Sure thing.
Done.
To Under Sigil. Interesting. This is the advocate's home, and that's the brothel. Sir, might I have a word with you? Yeah, probably. The slender young man approaches you wearing a somewhat worried expression. 1,000 pardons, sir, but I'm looking for a certain man, and I think you might be able to help me. Oh, how so? I am a messenger, sir, who seeks a man it's said cannot die, a scarred man, for whom death is nothing but the most trivial of annoyances. You matched the admittedly vague description I was given, sir, and I had wondered if you were he. Just who wants to know? I am the heir of a wealthy nobleman, Jolmy Surma, sir. This kinda feels like a trap. But I don't know. I'm the man you're looking for, okay? He knows then, he bows deeply to you. A message for you then, sir. Mr. Jolmy of the House Surma is a lady of high standing who has sent me, Mr. Jolmy, Mr. Jolmy would meet you in the Civic Fest Hall when she would make a proposal, of which I know nothing, to you. Should you choose to seek her out, she wears green silks trimmed with gold and has hair of the color of blue steel. That is the extent of my message, sir. Farewell. Where's the Civic Fest Hall?
Updated my journal.
In the northeastern corner of this part of the clerk's ward. Sir, 'tis a large structure and should be easy to spot. Farewell. Farewell.
All right.
Can I save at this time? Well, he's on the screen, I cannot save. There you go. Oh, the Senate is even here. Server study. What's that? I think this is the Civic Fest Hall, yeah? Yeah. Let's talk to that person.
I'm gone.
Jolmy, there she is. Oh, that's some interesting music. The stern-looking older woman seems to be looking for someone. Her eyes fix upon your face as you approach her. You there, might I have a word with you? Yes, you're Jolmy, correct? I spoke to your messenger.
My journal.
I am pleased to meet you then. She gives a slight bow. I would make you a somewhat unusual proposal, though you must admit you're an unusual man. I will give you 1,000 copper commons for your permission to kill you. Are you open to discussion on the matter? But why? Jolmy doesn't bat an eyelash. But why not? I thought it might be an interesting experience, paying someone for the privilege of murdering them. When I first heard rumors of your existence, how could I resist? So what is your answer? Shall we discuss the matter in greater detail? One moment, where did you hear these rumors? One hears all sorts of things in the fest hall. How could one not eventually hear of a man like you? Again I ask, will you consider my proposal? Yes, let's work out the details. After a short discussion, it comes to the following terms. Jolmy will pay you 1,000 copper commons. In return, you will allow her to drive her dagger into your heart. She will wait for you to awaken, at which point she will give you the coin. Do you agree to this then? Yeah, let's do it. The affair is over in moments. She already cleaned her blade and put it away by the time you recovered. After picking yourself up off the festal floor, Jolmy hands you several rolls of copper coins while you rub your aching chest. Somewhat disappointing, I must admit. Oh well. Coin well spent nonetheless. Farewell. Yes, farewell. I updated my journal. I love Jolmy to stab me through the heart for a handsome sum of coin. She seems somewhat disappointed with the experience, but I'm pleased well enough with the coin. Yeah, probably. What if I had more charisma? Maybe I could do some acting for her. She would pay me more even. The splinter. Who is this? The towering man's golden skin sparkles slightly, almost as if it were metallic. Whether it's his actual flesh or merely painted on, you cannot tell. He regards you coolly as you approach, giving a respectful bow as you draw near. Welcome to the Civic Fest Hall, traveler. We are Splinter, doorman to the Fest Hall and Priest King of Ur. How may we help you? Despite his humble offer of aid, his voice is powerful and commanding, a deep and rumbling sound that resonates throughout the chamber. How can you help me? We do many things in this fine hall, traveler. We answer questions guests might have regarding it or its inhabitants. We direct both visitors and members of the Society of Sensation alike to the sensoriums or lecture halls. We also accept new members into the society. Lastly, it is through us that purchases from the society's vaults are made, spells, items, and such. What lectures are there to attend? The Fest Hall's current speakers include Death's Advocate, who speaks of death and what follows it, Gisis the Crooked, who speaks of the Blood War, and 3 Planes Aligned, who speaks of the power of alignment and belief. Assuming they are currently here and well, we should direct you to one of their lectures at any time. That's pretty interesting. I'd like to attend Gisis the Crooked's lecture. Travel through the southernmost door on the eastern wall. Southernmost doors on the eastern wall. I had some questions. There were someone I was looking for here. No one actually. Well, strange I can ask him that, but I can't. Well, how can they help me? I want to buy some items. Doesn't seem like I can at the moment. Well, never mind actually.
Done.
Let's go to the lecture. That's probably the place, right? Yeah, Gisis the Crooked. The squat, hunched tall man still has the broad shoulders of and scarred, calloused hands of a worker or warrior. An aura of very despair seems to hang about him. He appears to be giving a lecture at the moment. Stay for the lecture. Right, now listen up. This is the seminar on the war. If you're to listen about the blood war, take root. If you're not, you're in the wrong all, and I'll be best lump your soft comfort loving Sigillian lumber stems out of here. Listens. The man suddenly throws a dark eye over the audience as if looking for something. And further, if you're Tanario Batizud, your scaly eyes out of the door. It's not letting your only bastards bend an ear to this. And then listen to your pommy arguments. Keep listening. But this is no discussion on who's right. Behind you, you hear the sound of something large leaving the lecture hall. It just tells the blood war from the human point of view. It's not promoting one side or another because they both stink in different ways. Yeah, probably. Keep listening. The speaker becomes somber. So what's left of your right wanting to listen to some blood war stories? Tales about the war. The horror of it all, no doubt. The floating fortresses woven waved to human skin. The plains white battlegrounds the blood war be fought on. This is difficult to read. I wish they would just write it as it is. But okay. Since it's not like I'm speaking to some kind of a bum on the street. It's just it's a lecture, but it's difficult to read it or listen to. He bares his yellow teeth, tails of fiends locking fangs with the other fiends. Gnar, snar. His snarl fades, and he looks suddenly bored. Yeah, that's his favorite part, probably, right? Keep listening. Well, let me peel back your lids and crack your bone boxes. This all-esteeming heap of balmy nonsense to be dwelling on that forged dung. He spits in derision, rolling his eyes wildly. Keep listening. I'll tell you this though. You can't imagine the scale the blood war was fought on. Nothing you've seen, heard of, participated in. Nothing compares time numbers of legions, sheer bloodshed. Nothing compares Bergs. To try and imagine it, forget it. My advice is simple. Stay away from the big bloody mess of it altogether. Keep listening. The only thing you need to know is this: fiends are killing fiends. Batizu are slaughtering Tanari. Tanari is butchering Batizu. Right now he spits again. Neither's winning. Don't think either can win. Biggest stalemate this side of eternity, thanks the powers. Keep listening. That's it, she shrugs, that's it. I'll be answering any question you get for me now. Ask a question. What's your question, Katar? It seems like anyone can attend the lectures. What started the blood war? You got a right to be curious what was that started this big old sodden soupy mess in the first place. What setting the fiends to looking orange in the first place, biting and clawing at each other until that was the only reason they were alive. Go on. Simple, they met. He sighs. Tanari and Batizu crossed each other's one day and like two drunken bigots they set to fighting. That's simple. He frowns. Well, now pike that. Imagine two drunken priests who believe each knows the only way to live. Now make those priests stripped with scales and fangs and horns and cruel streak 7 leagues wide and put them in a itty bitty sodden cell, and you have a good idea of the love that can spring forth. And there you have it, the origin of the blood war. Why are the two evil races fighting? One believes evil should be nice and orderly, one believes evil should be chaos running rampant across the plains. Both evil, but doesn't mean they can agree on anything. Bad blood, bad blood. Each wants to exterminate the other, so only their brand of evil remains. They hate each other like go on. He wrings his hands together, trying to find the right words. You see, they don't hate like we hate. We don't even know what hate is. We have one word for hate. They have, his voice drops, thousands upon thousands. Their meanings twisted and piled like bodies. That's why they fight. I see. Let me ask you some other question. What might be interesting here? How does one get hired into the blood war? You know, every once when some leather-headed bird comes around asking for about a job in the blood war, they want some drink, they want a quick stint, and then to get along with their lives. Mayhap I was one of these leatherheads. Mayhap I was a sellsword, and I heard there was a little drink to be made in the war. Got me interested. Go on. Taught me a lesson, it did. We're like ants running around The hills of dancing sought by gods. I saw big men who claimed to be big soldiers. He shakes his head. Paper soldiers. War's a furnace for them. War is a furnace for them. Makes them wake up or burn. So how did you survive the blood war? The man's face darkens. That's one thing I won't speak of cutters. Suffice to say, a man does what he has to do to escape the war. So he's a deserter. Let me ask you about something else. Where is this blood war fought? Plenty of places, usually the lower plains, anywhere along the rear sticks. It's 9 layers of butter, the 4 furnaces of Gehenna, the grey waste called Red Carcery, the prison plain, and the piking near endless well of evil that is the abyss. Somehow, the grey waste sounds familiar to you. Tell me about the grey waste. Also called the glooms, he shrugs, then shivers as if by reflex. Grey in every sense of the word. Colors burn your eyes there, they shout, are too loud, and your dreams are pulled to the surface and poured on the ground, lost forever. Only the night hangs rule there, the grey ladies of the waste. So it's basically like noise, I guess. That's why it's grey. I have no more questions. Right, this is the last bit then. Some of you are senates. Oh my man, they're sensates, not senates. Sensates. So I got one thing to say to you. Don't sign up to see what your packing blood war is about. Don't be a barmy idiot. Use a sensory stone if you got to know, but stay the else away from anything to do with the blood war for real. Keep listening. Tis not worth it. Tis for a moment a look of greater pain crosses the man's face. It looks as if he is going to weep. Not worth it at all. That's the end of this session, so farewell.
Done.
Pretty interesting. How can I help me? What lectures are there to attend? Let's attend Deaf Advocates lecture. Travel through the middle door on the eastern wall, and the door beyond that as well. Straight down the hallway you'll find yourself in and enter the second door on the north side. Okay. Let's go see it then.
I'm gone.
Jumble murder sense. Let's talk to him. This short, baldy man's orange tunic and rather sizable, but God, give him the look of a walking pumpkin. He's absent-mindedly patting his large paunch with a slow rhythm, as if it were a drum. The man's odd, crooked smile and a strange gleam in his eyes make him look a bit mad. Greetings. The man gives an exaggerated, flourishing bow and presents a small card which reads only Jumble Murder Sense. Zausitect Sorcerer Extraordinaire. He then snatches the card from your grasp and proceeds to eat it, grinning widely all the while. Had some questions, Jumble? Jumble yawns and looks away, drumming on his belly with the palms of his hands. Jumble, my questions. Jumble rolls his eyes, he turns to you, smirks, then bites his thumb. I want some answers and I'll beat them out of you if I have to. Let's bluff, because I think it's more chaotic. Jumble raises one eyebrow and takes a step back. He opens his mouth abruptly and though his lips or throat doesn't move to shape any words or sound, a torrent of incomprehensible babbling begins to pour forth.
My journal.
What the... Jumble shuts his mouth and the babbling ceases. He peers at you through narrowed eyes, a self-satisfied smile on his pudgy face. Suddenly you hiccup, and hiccup, and hiccup, and hiccup again. Jumble Murdersons merely turns his head and waves you away. What have you done to me? Jumble ignores you entirely. He cursed me? I'd better find someone who can help me remove this curse. Interesting.
I'm gone.
Hallway leading to the dormitories. And it's the foyer. Lex ward. There he is, death's advocate. It's a standing lecture, it seems. Sigillians, welcome. Please take your seats and listen to the darks of each speak. Listen. He begins speaking with a somber tone. Death, it is what awaits you at the end of your life's journey. He coughs slightly, then raises his eyebrows dramatically, waving his hands at the same time. Death is not an end, but a beginning. Keep listening. For when you die, you shall not cease to exist. No, far from it. The outer planes shall welcome you to their breasts. There, a new life, one such as you have never known, awaits you there. Keep listening. You shall cast away the tattered cloak of this life and become one of the faithful, a petitioner. As a petitioner on the outer plane, your life's journey shall truly begin. Keep listening. You have been a goodly sort of a gentleman, steadfast in charity and goodwill toward your fellow bloods. Perhaps the light-blanketed slopes of Mount Celestia shall house you when you die. Your spirit shall pass on to this place, dwelling as a petitioner in the beauty of golden mornings, soft sunlight that caresses, he says dreamily. Perhaps you live your life to betray others and get ahead, giving lies instead of truth, backstabbing others, all to accomplish your own goals. Cold, blood-red carcery, the plane where all turncoats fall when they pass on, shall be the cage that imprisons you. As a petitioner on this plane, you shall have a life of treachery and treacheries, of lies and lying, knowing a life without trust. He hunches over, his eyes dart back and forth, and perhaps you have lived a life of a bloodthirsty evil, contemptuous of your fellow man, laying others low, and doing as you pleased without a care for who or what you hurt. Keep listening. Then it is perhaps one of the lower planes, Butter, or the chaotic spinning layers of the abyss, that shall welcome you. Evil to the core are the spirits that come to this plane, and most are doomed to mindless cruelty and suffering of servitude in the dreaded, he whispers dramatically, blood war. Keep listening. No matter where you go, know this, you shall be embarking on a new life, my Sigillians. You shall be able to start anew without the burden of memory of your past life. Your soul's goal, if you will, he smiles at his own humor, is to merge with the new plane that you are on, becoming one with the ideals and the very substance of the plane itself. You shall be one of the inhabitants, the petitioners on this plane, or ideally one of the building blocks upon which the plane is built. It is the goal of all petitioners. To accomplish this goal, you, he claps his hands together and for emphasis, must hold to your ideals. Keep listening. Your ideals, good or evil, law or chaos, or somewhere in between. As you approach the alignment of the plane, your journey will end as you become part of the plane itself. It is a glorious existence, my Sigillans. And that is what awaits you after death, my audience. Have a care as to how you live your life, but know that it is not oblivion that awaits you after this life. Keep listening. Now I shall field any questions you may have for me. Anyone? I had a question. What's a petitioner? A petitioner is what you become when you arrive on this new plane after you have died. As a petitioner, you forsake your memory and your past life, focusing solely on your new one. And the goal of this new one is, he waits for a response from you with a smile, to merge with the plane. Very good. It looks as if some of my words actually have sunk into that skull of yours. The audience chuckles. Had another question. Can a petitioner die? He looks slightly uncomfortable at this. Well, yes. How? He looks a little more uncomfortable. Well, through any of the normal means, really. What happens when they die? He looks a little more uncomfortable where you merge with the plane. What if the petitioner dies on a plane other than his home plane? He looks very uncomfortable. Well, that's the end of life. But no petitioner wants to leave their home plane, friend. He looks around, realizing he's in a trap. To do so would be oblivion should they die, really. Had another question. What if someone can't die? He loves nonsense. Everyone dies, friend. Not even gods die. But suppose that someone can't die. Well then, based on what I've said, he would never reach the other planes and never become a petitioner. I had other questions. The Dustmen say that this life is where we end up after when we die. The speaker chuckles derisively. Some members of the audience chuckle as well. There are countless petitioners, my friend, Dustmen among them, who would disagree with Dustman philosophy. I had another question. Prove what you say is true. The lecturer looks taken aback. And how am I to do that? Die here now. The audience becomes silent. Feeling the pressure, the speaker swallows slightly. Well now, she smirks suddenly. If you go first, I shall do so. Audience chuckle. Agreed. Very well. The speaker's face is stoned for a moment, then it brightens. Come to the stage, my friend. He turns to the audience, smiling. A rare treat, Sigillans. Today and today only. We shall have a live demonstration on how to become a petitioner. Oof. Kill yourself, then get back up. The speaker turns white at this, taking a step back by the powers. Your turn. The audience watches in morbid fascination. Well, no. Let's bluff. Kill yourself. Well, I'll do it. He gloves. Well, obviously, I must confess that I'm not quite ready to depart this life yet. So this great life, new life on the other planes may not be all it's supposed to be. The speaker is aware of his hypocrisy, but is Afraid of the alternative. Perhaps not. He glances quickly at the ones. Well, certainly not now. As I thought, I had the other questions. I wanted to ask about one of the planes you mentioned. What about the Abyss? A plane of over 600 layers of festering chaos and evil, home to the fiendish Tonari. He gestures dramatically, but you should seek out someone more knowledgeable on the planes than I. Other questions? Probably the one, the guy who speaks of alignment would tell me about the planes. I'm just curious. I know about the Abyss and Celestia that are like the opposites. Celestia is lawful good, right? And Abyss is the chaotic evil. Butter, I don't know, but I heard the name. 9-regimented plane of lawful evil. Ah, I see. That should be where Batizu live. He chuckles and gestures dramatically. Home of the fiendish Batizu. Sign a contract with them and you'll be wrapped in the chains of intrigue for life, he smiles. But you should seek someone more knowledgeable on the planes than I am. Okay, I'll probably seek him out. I have no more questions. Get ready to leave. He looks eager to wrap things up. Then I shall end this session. I shall continue to lecture here at the hall, so to tell all your friends. That was interesting. I'm still cursed with hiccups. 3 planes aligned, that's the guy. Probably talks about the planes. Thin and sharp-featured, his yellow skin covered with tattoos, this man looks over the room and its inhabitants with cold black eyes. He appears to be giving a lecture. Stay for the lecture. I am known as 3 Planes Aligned, a Gitsure scholar. If you are here for my lecture, it begins in a few moments. Keep listening. He speaks in a very low, somber tone. Today I shall speak of the power of alignment and belief and how they shape the planes. First, I shall explain the concept of alignment. Keep listening. Alignment is a descriptor of one's beliefs and how one acts upon those beliefs. At their core, all creatures predominantly behave in one of 3 ways: with good in their heart, with evil in their heart, or indifference or neutrality in their heart. They predominantly express each of these core behaviors in one of 3 different ways: in an ordered manner, in a chaotic manner, or in an indifferent neutral manner. Thus, there are 9 core alignments that one is capable of. Keep listening. The 9 alignments then are lawful good, neutral good, and chaotic good. Lawful neutral, true neutral, and chaotic neutral. And lawful evil, neutral evil, and chaotic evil. Now I shall speak of the power of alignment and the beliefs it endangers. I don't... not sure in what kind of meaning he uses that. Let's look. Maybe like meaning that in this particular context, if he plays it, basically something like that. Look at it from this specific context, I'm guessing. Of how from them the very deities gain strength and how belief can physically affect one's environments. Keep listening. A deity must have worshippers, for it is the faith of such subjects which gives them power, and converts are made, and more come to believe in a god, the more power that God receives. Conversely, when no one believes in a deity, it withers and dies, joining the corpses of other gods that float on the astral plane. It is thus possible to slay a deity by simply forgetting about them. Yeah. I think that's true for Forgotten Realms, at least. Keep listening. A much more striking example of the power of alignment and belief, however, can be seen within the sliding of gate towns. First, though, I would define gate towns. Gate towns are towns on the outlands, the largely neutral area which still spins over the center of. They are called gate towns because they are built around a permanent gate or portal to one of the outer planes. Keep listening. Each of these outer planes has its own alignment. The Abyss is chaotic and evil. Bator is lawful and evil. Mechanus is a lawful neutral. Mount Celestia is lawful and good. The Outlands again are true neutral, leaning to neither law or chaos. Sliding occurs when there is a high concentration of belief in an area of different belief. When this occurs, the area itself will move or slide to a plane that matches the new belief. Keep listening. Now, the gate towns usually have a strong belief that matches the outer plane beyond the portal. But the belief is not yet strong enough for the town to slide from the outlands into the outer plane. For example, the town of Ribcage borders the portal to the lawful evil plane of Bator. As expected, the residents of Ribcage are largely lawful evil residents. But the entire town's alignment and beliefs are not strong enough so that Ribcage will slide into Bator. Keep listening. For example, Ribcage might one day see the sudden rise of a lawful evil order of clerics, promoting their dark beliefs and converting many citizens to the worship of their lawful evil god. Were this to occur, there would be a good chance that the town would slide off the neutral outlands, becoming part of the lawful evil plane of Bator. Whole layers of planes may move this way, thus many words are words of belief and faith by necessity. There are those tools by which territory is obtained and held. This then is the power of alignment and belief to shape the planes. This session has ended. May belief guide your actions and shape the planes to your will. Farewell, all of you. Couldn't even ask him any questions, it seems. Is this the gym? Probably, yeah. This is probably a mage quarter as well. Yeah, thieves. Here we go. And this is mages. Doesn't seem like I can talk to any of them. Well, let's pick one. This person is carrying a sheaf of papers and unwound scrolls. They occasionally pause to look through them and read portions of what's written aloud, practicing elaborate hand motions as they do so. They look up to you as you come to stand before them. Greetings. Greetings, what is this place? This is where aspiring mages can come to train and study. Many wizards took their first steps in the art as fledgling sorcerers here. Where is the trainer? I do not know where Lady Thorncombe has gone. I would suggest you try the sensoriums. She spends much of your time there. They lower their voice, frowning, perhaps too much. The sensoriums? Ask Splinter, just inside the fast hall entrance of them. You cannot reach them yourself, but he will take you there. I see. Where does that lead? There's some kind of room here. That maybe dormitory is. No, Civic Fast Hall. The Sunsets. Room clerk. The attractive woman smiles pleasantly. Something I might help you with, sir? Could I rest here? The Civic Festival often rents out any unused chambers by the evening. You could certainly rest here should one be available. Shall I check for you, sir? No, thanks.
All right.
So yeah, these are the dormitories, it seems. I should go find the scroll of uncurse. Use it
I'm gone.
on myself. Though I think there was one on the market, but it's a different. It's in the lower ward.
All right.
After that, I'll probably try to find Morte because it's. I don't think he's
All
at
right.
the university. Let's talk to this Syndra guy. I'm in need of some spells. I want remove curse. Copy spell.
All right.
We succeeded in learning the spell. Oh, it's a level 4 spell, isn't it? Well, it seems like I'll be stuck with these hiccups for a while now.
Done.
Or I could buy it and cast it.
I'm gone.
Have enough money. Does he have only one? Yep. I mean, I guess I could buy it from the other merchants. Who can I talk to? Glitzper. You see a florid, boisterous man. He's shouting and carrying on like there's a war that's about to come through. Like he's got something lodged in his intestines. Like, well, like he's too excited about something to talk in the normal tone of voice. His rapid fire delivery makes it difficult to understand them. You, sir, you there. You look like you could use something. I'm not quite sure what it is yet, but I'll give me time and I'll have it figured out on the spot. You need rooms? You got rooms. You need supplies? I got supplies. What are you selling? Well, I could probably sell a bunch of stuff to him. Wow, he has a lot of stuff. Cheese. This cheese has been laced with the powerful poison. It's a poison cheese. Probably would need to use that on some kind of quest. I don't know who to ask. Maybe Koror. You see a middle-aged man, very dusty clothes. He does not appear to be in the best of health. His skin is pale yellow and you see an occasional pustule along his arms. What's a pustule? A small blister or pimple on the skin containing pus. I see. Greetings. He turns and glances at you from behind hollow eyes. His eyes narrow in suspicion as he continues to glance around. What do you want? His voice is raspy. I have some questions. He turns his attention to you. Why are you bothering me for? I look the part of a toad. You seem to be a knowledgeable individual that I can learn from. He says, what do you be wanting to know? What can you tell me about this word? He looks at you like you're crazy. You clueless, craftsman, shops, warehouses, all have the keep here. He squints at you. His eyes somewhat bleary. You looking for something in particular? I had some other questions. Says what you wanted to know. I had a skull and it's been stolen from me. Do you know anyone who would do such a thing? Feels a little uncomfortable. Missing a skull, are you? Well, now you never heard such from me, but there's people in these parts that, he glances around, make a living by collecting heads of the dead. Work for a basher named Lothar. They call him the Master of the Bones. Where can I find this Lothar? He frowns now. That's a dangerous wigwag, if I were to say anything. Which I'm not. I would say to keep an eye out for a gutted building here in the ward. Mayhap you would find something there, eh? He glances at you, but never heard such from me, okay? Okay. A gutted building. Let me look. Probably this one. Wrecked house, yeah. Let's go there.
Done.
My lungs feel like a chimney.
Who said that? Was that Anna? Is Anna cursed as well? No, probably not.
All right.
A wrecked house. Well, it seems kinda interesting. Whatever purpose these barrels once served, they are now just flotsam strewn around the room. This appears to be a ladder constructed from the bones of many creatures. Yeah, I think this is the place. Oh. Shelf of skulls. Thank the powers your heave, chief. Get me out of here. What are you doing up there? Those spirit vermin nicked me and brought me here. Come on, boss, we got to get out of here. This place is bad news. Why don't you just float down? I can't, I've tried, come on. Get me down here before... Oh... Lothar. A flash of light and smoke blinds you for a moment, and with a withered old man stands before you. Okay, have you visitor skull? I couldn't follow this sentence structure for some reason. And with the withered, as if that's like a second. Maybe it is, not sure. Have you visitors, skull? Oh no, Morty whispers furiously to you, do not offend the blood boss. He'll book you faster than you can spit. The old man ignores Morty. Greetings, traveler. Who might you be to enter Lothar's humble salon without an invitation? My pardon, sir, but you seem to have something that belongs to me. Ah, yes, what might that be? A skull that belongs to me is on that shelf. You want a chattering skull with half the grace of man manners of any ordinary creature. Give me a gritty skull in return if you wish it back. Lothar replies. I do not need to bargain for something that is already mine. Where can I find the greater skull? Move aside the divan of the center. Divan. I didn't know there was such a word in English, but I know what it means. It means like a couch, basically. And pass through the portal on the eastern wall of the chambers below the catacombs. One portal will remain active for your return. In the catacombs, many skulls, one of great value, lies within the interred crypts of the dustmen. Beyond the drowned nations, bring the skull to me, as my warrior minions have failed to do. And I will see to it that your friends is returned to you. Perhaps I shall even answer some questions for you. Okay, so he's the master necromancer of the Verrats, I guess. I've been to the tomb you speak of. It's empty. Must be the tomb with spells, I guess.
Updated my journal.
What is the meaning of this? The tomb was so well trapped, so well defended from sky magics, that it was a challenge even for me. There must be some explanation for this, and He draws out his words angrily and slowly. You will provide it to me. Go through the portal to the chambers below and seek the answer. It was my own tomb. Your tomb? Your tomb? He eyes you carefully. We shall investigate this more carefully. Fetch me another skull, then, as you seem attached to to yours, and we shall see what answers I can provide. Our agreement shall be as before. Do not try to deceive me with your just any bone either. I'm something of a connoisseur. Return when you have something of value to me.
Updated
Wanna
my
learn some
journal.
new tricks?
Might that work? Sayega's skull? It should be his, basically. Yeah, I have the skull of Sayego, the Verad Dustman missionary. Lothar takes the head of Sayego from you and examines it carefully, checking the teeth. A Dustman missionary and spy, eh? This will be satisfactory. His fingers twist through an arcane gesture. Your friend will be waiting for you above ground, where you came in. Have your answers from me. I have many questions. Keep it quick, scared one. I cannot tarry all day. Why am I immortal?
Updated my journal.
Your immortality, your soul, if you will, that which allows you to live and die, is gone from you. It was stripped from you by magical means, by the night hag rival Puzzlewell. Your mortality is key to your existence. When you find it, you will find your answers. Tell me about this rival. Rival Puzzlewell is an enigma, even among the night hags. Some would call her barmy, others say she plays a deeper game than any can see through. She is evil, through and through, making the fiends you'll see in the area seem positively divine when you compare to her. She's out of the reach of men now, thank the powers, for she was mazed by the Lady of Pain. Mazed? How do I find her? Mazes are like pocket dimensions, small planes between places. To reach one, you need to find a portal and a key. I do not know where the door or the key are. Perhaps you should seek some of your old acquaintances. You have certainly left a trail of them behind. They will find you, no doubt. Pray mean you well. Perhaps you should visit the Civic Fest Hall. They have many answers there. Oh, what did Travel do?
Updated my journal.
She was a maker of toys and puzzles, a solver of problems that didn't need solving. She decided that Sigil, the cage, was the largest puzzle box of all, and set herself to undo it, to let in the armies of fiends at her disposal, no doubt, to upset the balance of the city and turn the entire burg into a charnel house. What does that mean, charnel? Building use. A charnel house is a vault of or building where human skeleton remains are stored. They are often built near churches for disposing bones that are unearthed while digging graves. The term can also be used more generally as a description of a place filled with death and destruction. I see. Pray to any power that you hold dear with thanks she did not succeed. I will find her then, and force her to return my immortality. Farewell. Is that all I can ask of him? What's my level, by the way? Level 6. Oh, in 500 experience I should be able to cast that remove curse spell. Let's get her to open doors. Maybe I could ask something else of him. I just wanted to talk to you some more. You again? What do you want from old Lothar now? I have given your skull, friend, and your answers. I warn you, I haven't all day attend to you. I would like some more questions answered. Why have I lost my memory? It's a side effect of losing your mortality. I have lost my mortality? What do you mean? Yeah, he told me about this. I see. Very well.
I'm gone.
This dusty shelf with an empty space, skull-sized between two grinning skulls. Yeah, that's probably the one that Morty was on.
Gone.
Looks like my skills have increased.
Friends indeed.
What's up?
That's the achievement I got. Can level up as well. He's level 6. So, I should probably try to talk to him. See what he has to say.
Hey, what's eating you, Chief?
What do you know of the Night Hag Ravel? Well, she's a Night Hag, and she was definitely born me enough to make you immortal, of all people. I mean, she could have chosen me, mortal, because I still, anyone adult enough to lock blades with the Lady of Pain isn't someone we really want to find. I see. What do you know of the Blood War? It's a war, a big, bloody, messy war. It happens everywhere, though you can't always see it. Go on. You see, Chief, it's a war between two nasty races, demons and devils. Once upon a time, they didn't know about each other. The devils were evil, but it was an orderly kind of evil. The demons were also evil, but they were more relaxed about it. More impulsive, more chaotic, less organized. The devils were like politicians, the demons were like butchers. Then one day, two races met. They looked at each other, and they didn't like how the other race treated evil. And they've fought ever since. It's a big nightmare, but at least it keeps those two races occupied so they don't run all over the plains. I see. Morty, why didn't you tell me about the extra line of tattoos at my back? Oh, that bit at the end? Well, I figured this was a wash, so I didn't read that on my law. Yeah, I think he told me about that before.
Done.
Where would I find this Night Hag? Maybe in the journal. Oh yeah, Civic Fest Hall.
Done.
And I probably could find the mage trainer there as well.
All right.
Oh, I thought I couldn't walk in for a second.
All right.
Maybe I could have splinter about the Night Hag. I had some questions. Jumble murder sense cures me. Could you or anyone you know of here help me?
Updated my journal.
We would recommend that you speak to one known as Salabash. If he is not within the fest hall at the moment, he will be in the immediate vicinity. Salabash is tall and thin, oft dressed in robes of black or crimson. That's all I wish to know. Let's look for Salabash.
Done.
Oh, there was a scroll of force missiles here. That's cool.
Done.
Let's learn it.
I'm gone.
Let's look, maybe he's outside. Salabash the Onyx, yep. This tall, thin man, dressed in heavy crimson robes, has sharp, pinched features. He bows regally as you approach him. I am Salabash, oft called Salabash the Onyx, future mage tutor for the Civic Fest Hall. You've business with me, I take it? No, just some questions. About what? Not the word and the like, I hope. plenty of more common folk could answer such questions, and I just as soon direct you to one of them. What did you mean by future mage tutor of the Fest Hall?
My journal.
It's a prestigious position to be an official tutor of one of the Fest Hall training chambers. It's my intention to one day take the position of mage's tutor, but the title currently in the possession of the Lady Ferncombe. If only I could somehow prove that I'm a superior tutor. Got some other question? Why you call the Onyx? A long tale, which I'll shorten to save my breath. In my youth, I was once called Celebish the Golden, for I was said to have the heart of gold, small, hard and yellow. Well, I cursed the fool who started that, so that he could only speak from his arse and defecate through his mouth. Man, that's mean. The Onyx appellation, along the same lines as the Golden. So, though admittedly somewhat less clever, soon followed. In any case, I'm a much kinder fellow now, far less prone to lay in curses and the like. I'm not certain if I deserve the name any longer. You curse him so that... What? Oh yes, you heard right. Celebish says happily and chuckles to himself. That sort of thing is why I'm known as the Master of Curses, you know. Master of Curses, perhaps you could help me then. Help you, Celebish doubtful. Before he can respond, he says, shaking his head, well, perhaps I could. What troubles you then? Jumble Murdersons cursed me. Jumble Murdersons? Huh, that's Patarine Mooncalf could never best me. Oh, the battles we used to have though, Celebish frowns, but I'm past all that now. No longer my sort of thing, you see. I really don't know what I could do for you. After all, it's his curse, not the sort you'd find on an item or some such. You know that you could remove it with simple magics. He'll have you to remove it and willingly. Well, could you teach me a curse then so that I could use on him? Well, I don't normally do that, but I keep my curses to myself, you know? And besides, even a single curse would take on a long while to learn. Much more time than I'd like to care to spend on it. Perhaps you're just worried your curses aren't good enough to best them anymore. You what? Of all the ridiculous... Now look here, you chuckled dragging sack of scars. Celebish the Onyx is the master of curses, and there's no other. Why, I could give you but a single phrase that would render that nincompoop cursing wholly impotent. Purse your lips, look skeptical. That's it, you've made me do it. Celebish utters a short string of impossible syllables, words of power, which you note mentally for later use against Jubble. There, see that does to him, and tell me Celebish the Onyx is the master of the curses then. Thanks, Celebish, I'll do that.
My journal. I'm gone.
Let's see how that works. He'll probably explode or... I don't know. Jumble Murdersons. Jumble frowns at your appearance, biting his thumb in your direction and waving you away. Throws the curse Celebish taught you at him. Jumble stares at you with a somewhat skeptical expression as you speak the arcane syllables of Celebish's curse. After a moment of awkward silence, the Halcyon mage notes that nothing seems to have happened, and an evil grin spreads across his face. He opens his mouth to retaliate with another curse of his own, only to realize he has no voice. Celebish's curse has removed Jumble's abilities to speak, thereby destroying the Halcyon ability to curse others. He clutches his throat, panic welling up in his eyes. Looks like the tables are turned, Jumble. What do you think will happen when anyone hiccup you've ever crossed finds out you can't speak or curse anymore? Jumble drops to his knees, a pleading expression on his eyes. He looks ready to burst into tears. Will you, Hiccup, remove the curse you placed on me, and swear never to curse another who didn't mean you no harm? Jumble places his hands over his heart and nods vigorously. Very well, remove the curse then. I'll remove the curse then. Jumble sighs with relief as you remove Salabish's curse from him. He in turn removes his own, and your hiccups finally stop. He then bows humbly and casts his eyes on the floor. Farewell, Jumble.
Stronger. Done.
Maybe we could talk to Syllabish now. See what he has to say. Oh, we level up. 22 intelligence. Let's keep upgrading intelligence. Why not? Salabish. You see Salabish the Onyx, he missed a brief but aggressive half-bow. Again, you stabbed before me, had some questions. Yeah, doesn't mean like he can't tell me anything new. Let's go find this person, other mage tutor. The current one. We'll probably have to speak to Splinter. How can you help me? How could I buy something from the Sunset Waltz? You must be a member of the Society of Sensation. Should I try to bluff? It probably wouldn't work. Might I become a sensate then? In order to join the Society of Sensation, one must be willing and prepared to share their own experiences. 5 are required, one from each of your senses. Alternatively, that's not alternatively, that's alternately. Alternatively, one may contribute a single experience that has strong elements from all 5 senses. This must be either new sensations or improvements upon our current stock. Should we find them acceptable, they will be placed into sensory stones, and you, having become a sensate, will be taught the sensory touch. It will allow you to draw others' wounds onto yourself, healing them by accepting their suffering. That's cool. I want to become a sensate. First, what smell or experience involving it would you offer us? Actually, I'd like to contribute one experience that involves all 5 senses. I woke up not knowing where I was on a cold, slicked iron slab in the bowels of the mortuary, a place where only the dustmen or the corpses in their care have seen. Go on. My entire body reeked of embalming fluid, but even the smell of that was not enough to match the coppery scent of gore around me. Oh, that's rough. Dozens of bodies lie on the countless bloody slabs, like the one I rose from, all in the process of being gutted, flayed, and the like by nightmarish clockwork devices for reasons unknown. The only sounds were the squeals of labored metal and the unsteady tread of undead walkers as they pushed the slabs about the mortuary on rusted iron tracks. A disturbing experience. And I even left out the part about this chattering skull that flew at me as soon as there was upright. Will that suffice, Splinter? Yes, we shall go to an empty stone now to record your experience. Will then be granted access to those privileges allowed only to the members of the Society of Sensation, as well as taught the sensory touch. Accompany him to record your experience and learn the sensory touch. You return to the Civic Fest halls for a year with Splinter. We welcome you into the Society of Sensation, Traveler. May further journeys and experience pave your road to the great truths of the multiverse. Thanks, Splinter. I had a question. How can you help me? I want to buy some from the Sentient Walls. Society of Sensation. Get an achievement for that. Power Word Blind. That must be powerful. Level 8 wizard. I think I'm supposed to be level 16 to get that. Maybe not. The spell blinds up to 100 hit points of creatures within 15 feet from the specified target point, so it's an AoE spell. The blindness spreads outward from the center, affecting creatures with the lowest HP totals first. Those with more than 100 HP are not affected. The spell effect's duration depends on the number of HP affected. If 25 or fewer HP are affected, then the blindness lasts for up to 400 seconds, and it gets slower if they have more HP. It's not like I can use that. It seems that the charms are more expensive here than in other places. I had some questions. There was someone I was looking for here. Lady Thorncombe, the mage's tutor. Splinter frowned slightly, narrowing his eyes. She'll doubtless be found in one of the sensoriums. Lady Thorncombe has been shrinking her duties lately, spending far too much on her time with the sensory stones. You cannot reach that place yourself, but we might take you there if you would like. Yeah, please do. Public sensorium. Where is this? Doesn't really say.
I'm gone.
Let's look to the Sensor Guide. I can't talk to him from here. Have to walk around. This man's gentle voice complements his calm and refined demeanor. Greetings, are you here to use one of the sensory stones? Yes, I am. The man smiles and explains to you some of the various sensations that are currently available for your perusal. Supernatural lust. Sheer wonder. Mind-numbing tedium, tender love, unavoidable pain, consuming impatience. That's interesting. Show more. But there's more actually. Actually, are there others? Yes, there's so many of them. Pure glee, frightened exhilaration, grim determination. Complete bafflement. Actually, what are those last few? Actually, are there others? Are there any more? Oh my god, there's like 3 pages of this. Horrible regret. Please to use a vastly important secret. Excellent. The stone you shall want to use in one of the larger chambers to rooms counterclockwise from the stairwell. It's violet in color. So basically could use all of them.
All right.
It's just a matter of walking inside and using it. Let's use this one. This is an unusual bluish-purple stone. It's securely fastened to the pedestal that it rests from. Well, it doesn't seem like I can use it. Maybe I have to use it with the...
Done.
sensory touch. Yep. Probably not. Doesn't seem like that works at all.
I'm gone.
What about the others? Maybe I can't use all of them. What do these guys? The person turns to you, interrupt them, nodding a polite greetings. Apologies, good sir, but it was just in the middle of something. If you don't mind, farewell. They give a polite half bow to make continue about the business, sure. This is an unusual greenish yellow stone. It's shooting faster than best. Look at that response. Maybe I have to ask them about the stone first and then go there, maybe. Oh, that's the Lady Thorncombe. This comely middle-aged woman is wandering about dreamily, absent-mindedly chewing on her thumbnail. Her eyes seem focused on nothing in particular. She's dressed in elegant yet disheveled finery, and her hair is slightly tousled. Greetings. She takes your thumb from her mouth, smoothing back with a strand of hair that had fallen in front of her eyes. Are you okay? Are you by chance Lady Thorncombe? Her eyes widen momentarily. She looks away from. No, I'm not, sir. Who are you then, if I may ask? She smiles nervously. No one of consequence, I assure you. Might I have your name? Madonna. That's the usual name. The nameless one would use if people ask him. Alright, that's enough of this. I think we both know who you are, Lady Thorncombe. Lady Thorncombe puts on a sullen look. And if I was this woman, what of it? I hope to receive training in the magical arts. I shall dash your hopes in pieces then. I no longer wish to teach magic. Now go, leave me in peace. But why not? As if it were any concern of yours. But it is. I seek to learn, and you can teach. I would know what I might do to convince you to train me. She sighs loudly and resumes chewing on her thumbnail. I doubt there is much you can offer me which I cannot find on my own. The sensory stones provide me with all things that my considerable wealth cannot buy. The sensory stones? Yes. Each stone has recorded within it one experience or another. When I first came to these halls, I spent little time with them. Only now do I realize what had been missing. What have you been missing? She's not smiling. Her eyes take on a glassy sheen and she holds herself tightly. One could spend lifetimes here among these stones, experience after wondrous experience. Mere words cannot express their magnificence. I can only suggest you see for yourself, sir. You sound addicted. She snarls at you. Nonsense. I could stop any time I wished. I merely choose to bask in their wonder. Why waste the time teaching dawdling, ungrateful magelings when I could remain here among these precious stones, living 100 new lives each day? I don't think the stones are here for that. Shouldn't you seek the sensations of your own to share? What you think matters little to me, farewell.
All right.
It doesn't seem like I can use them at all. Maybe if I ask them again. Or I'd like another session. Unavoidable pain. Good, the stone you shall want to use in one of the smaller chambers, the one room clockwise from the stairwell. It's greenish yellow in color. That's the first one. Here it is. Unbearable pain. This greenish yellow stone is one that directed you towards. Within the experience, unavoidable pain. Okay, begins ascension. The experience is a short and violent one, struggling with another slightly stronger man on the edge of a blazing hot stream of molten lava. Standing here, I realize your weapon hand is slowly, inexorably forced ever closer to the magma. Ooh. Beads of sweat evaporate the instant they appear, and the hair on the back of your hand blackens and smolders above the awesome heat. Finally, your howls of suffering echoing from the canyon walls around you, your hand and the exit hole plunges into the lava and chars to ash in a few agonizing seconds. That's rough. Steer yourself from the experience. The experience seems to have steered some long-forgotten, vaguely similar memory in your own mind. You feel as if you gained something from using the sensory stone.
Ready. Why not?
It's probably that you could use them and recall some of your own memories. So we might need to do that. Now, I wanted to... yeah. I think I could go out and tell that other mage that he could walk in and start teaching because the other lady doesn't want to teach anymore. Celebesh, his name was. Got some other questions. What do you mean by the future mage of the household? You could always bring up the fact that she's addicted to sensory stones. She doesn't seem to want to teach anymore.
My journal.
Celebesh's tight lips curled in a nasty smile. Is she now? And she no longer cares to teach. Excellent. He rubs his hands together eagerly. I'll request to be made a new mage tutor shortly then. Doesn't seem like I can learn from him.
The sweet smell of
All right.
sensates and governors.
Sweet smell sense the governors. Okay, Morty. How can he even smell? He doesn't have a nose. Where's the trainer? Yeah. Probably not at the moment. I can't learn anything. So perhaps later? Mertwin the Headless. It's clear there's something very wrong with this man. The way he lunges about, bumping into things, staring off blankly into space. As you approach him, you at last realize his plight. He is headless. The thing on his shoulders is merely a skillfully cut wooden prosthesis, a false head. Greetings. The headless body stops fumbling for a moment and pauses. Its hands begin to reach out, as if trying to feel exactly where you are. Grab his hand. The headless figure jumps suddenly, then holds your hand tightly, shaking it. The headless body seems friendly enough. It has a strong grip, but the skin is cold and slightly clammy. So he's a zombie, basically. Where's your head? Can you even understand me? The figure makes a series of hand motions, then waits for a response. It seems like it's asking questions. What? I don't understand. The headless body taps its foot for a moment, scratching on the chin of its prosthetic head. Suddenly it raises a finger, as if struck by an idea. It points at you, then at the eyes of its wooden head, then at you again. It then indicates its wooden head with both hands, shrugs and points at you. No, I haven't seen your head anywhere. The headless body shrugs, slumps a bit, and turns to amble off. What does amble mean? To walk in a slow and relaxed way. I see. Leave.
Done.
We should probably... Well, maybe I could walk outside and talk to Celebesh again. Got some questions. Have you put in your request to be made mage tutor of the Hall yet? No, I recently upset the head of the Hall of Board of Mages, and I feel it would be best to wait for a time before making my request. Besides, I'm certain that Lady Thorncombe won't come skipping out on the sensorium anytime soon. Chuckles evilly. I see. Probably... I don't know. It might be that I wouldn't be able to learn from him. Had some questions. I'm looking for someone. No one, actually. Could you take me to the sensoriums? There are two. The public sensorium, where visitors may use the sensory stones for anyone between 10 and 50 commons. I see. And the private sensoriums, where only members of the Society of Sensation are allowed. You can reach neither of them yourself. We must take you there. Let's go to the private one.
I'm gone.
What about the sensats? This person turns as you interrupt them, nodding a polite greetings. Apologies, good sir, but I was just in the middle of something. I see.
I'm here.
This looks oddly familiar. I think one of the mods for Baldur's Gate 2 used this exact map. It was something about time traveling and so on.
All right.
Don't remember what it's called though. I installed a lot of mods for that one. You could also play through Icewind Dale 1, I think. Yeah, for some time, and then it started teleporting you around. This was in the middle of some kind of a desert, and you had to get inside somehow. The inscription around the base of the sensory stone indicates that it holds the experience week-long hunting trek across the forest of Arborea. Let's do that. You're standing in a circle of white tents deep in the woods somewhere. The trees around you are by far the largest you've ever seen. Suddenly though, there is an odd prickling sensation at the back of your skull. Continue experience. Your surroundings melt into a colorless smear, then slowly dissolve into what looks like the interior of a large grey sphere. Across from you stands a figure almost identical to yourself. His eyes flash in the half-darkness. A mad smile splits his features. I knew you would come. Greetings. Oh, greetings. So good to see you, she sneers. I bid your murderous tongue to be silent. That's right, murderous. You pretend innocence is laughable. Who are you? Oh, you don't know? Didn't all these filthy, lying, thrice-bedamned journals tell you who I am? Those journals that were so conveniently left for me when I awoke. Those journals that called me an incarnation. I burned them all, I did. All that I found. What did they say exactly? They spoke lies. Lies, and nothing more. Filth about a man who forgets himself, other incarnations of preserving the experiences and writing so later lives could benefit. Thieves, it's my life, mine. You all want to steal my body, and you won't have it. Where am I? Oh, this. He gestures around him, snickering. Just a little trap is all. I realized that killing you, body thieves, might not be enough. I might have to trap you, to ensnare you from eternity. You may have realized by now that there is no way out of the sensory stone. Your mind is locked here. You'll know that the rather sparse surroundings I've left you for you, all to help the madness set in good and quick while your flesh rots away. He chuckles evilly. I had some questions then. Your early incarnation crosses his arms and looks away indignantly. Save for a few more tufts of hair on his head, he's identical to you. Even his arms have most of the tattoos you do. How did you make this trap? I can't tell you that. It'll never be replicated. The magics used in the creations were lost, even to me. Clever it is, though. One experience hidden beneath the other, so that no flesh but my own could set it off. I see, but if your flesh sets it off, wouldn't that mean I'm you? You're trapped yourself, I've trapped myself. Don't you see? But that's not... You're not one of the... I thought I put in safeguards. How could you, I, be so foolish? He wrings his hands together, biting his lower lip. How to get out? How? I've forgotten. Wait. I'm the only one who can release you, and that I will not do. If you are I, then you can release yourself. Try to release yourself by feeling the trap open. It's pretty cool. Can I use it again?
All right.
Should you touch it though, you will be drawn back into that insane early incantation trap. I wonder if other people touch it, what would happen? The sticky green stone is securely fastened to the pedestal it rests upon. The inscription beneath it reads, "The Messenger. Begin the ascension." As you touch the stone, its green exterior sharpens, clashing, its brightness becoming more than you can bear, so much so you lose your eyes to shut it out. You close your eyes to shut it out. Lose your eyes. Close your eyes. Submerge into the experience. As you close your eyes, you feel the skin along your arms become numb, as if all sensation is being bled from them. Tired, so tired, you try and blink, yet the darkness remains. Your lids feel soft and sluggish, unresponsive. You're sitting on what feels to be a dirt floor, and around you is the smell of coppery blood and herbs. Why are you here? You came here to what? Your memory fails you, but you feel a growing panic beginning to well up within you. Try and get your bearings. Awake now, are you? A questioning all done. The voice is an old woman's, thick and scratchy, as if trying to force its way past a thick layer of dust. Try as you might, you cannot open your eyes and see the woman. But you feel a shiver of fear. Something is wrong, terribly wrong. You try to respond, but all you can manage is a ragged croak. You can't feel your tongue and your eyes. What's wrong with your eyes? Listen. Now I see you did. I spoke you did, and poorly so. The price you have paid, The crone sounds amused. Then her tone drops sharply. No more of your questions now. No, you will listen, and you will remember my words. For in minding me, you shall live. She hisses. Nod if you hear me, or another bit shall I take. Nod. Remember me, traveler, remember me to a stone, one of the pretty glimmers of your festive hall. Use it like a cup. Pour what you feel into it, and know this. Remember me to a man who wears a skin of scars and tattoos, who seeks memories but has misplaced them. If smart he is, he will know knowing of me. Tell him to find me, or I am not to be found. Tell him to come to the Glimmerstone, and we shall speak, my precious man and I. This moment pauses, hisses again. Nod if you are hear me, ragged thing. Nod. Pretty polite. Listen so long. When he comes to his Glimmerstone, tell the man to speak on my name, and your pain shall not have been in vain. The crone's voice trails off as if distracted. You try to speak again, but there is only a sick gurgling noise. What happened? Who is this person? Why you? And you begin to feel yourself slip into consciousness. Ravel, it is I.
Journal.
There is sense, Ravel. My precious man. There is the slow shuffling of feet, and you feel a sharp pinprick to your left eye. You gasp, and suddenly, barely, you can see with one and only eye. You lie in a grey hut, upon a dirty floor where blood, your bright red blood, has seeped into the surrounding grey dust. Your arms are gone, your legs have been hacked off at the knees, yet you feel numbed, and there is no pain, only fear. There is someone above you, someone looking down on you. Look up. As you look up through your body, blurred vision, you see a horrid blush grey face, grinning with yellow tusks. Ravel is pleased, wondering now if the messenger would make it. For weak he was when his beads were placed on my plate. She holds up a talon in front of you, and impaled on the tip is an eyeball, the right one. Yet to the festive hall he returned, it seems, and your time together has to be shared. Has he shared? And now you have come. Success. Ravel, I have many questions for you. The crone shakes her head. Your blurred vision seeing 3 images at once. Your greyish hair is like a brambles drifting down her shoulders. No, only time for answers than does Revel have, and she has no time to waste with your guess questions. Know this, and the knowing grows strong. You must find me, my precious man, but how? I do not know.
My journal.
Shh, I'm beyond knowing. In a lady's presence. Now, shun listen to a Revel, for there is much you must do to find me. 3 things you must do. Find the door, know the key, then unlock the key. Door? The door is not a finished thing, at least, when I last gazed upon it, but in the passing of time perhaps now will rot it is. Go to a place of forges and steel, perhaps there you will find the door that takes you on to me. What is it the keys you speak of? To know of the key, speak to one of the knowing stones. Many there are in the festive hall, many, yet one there who knows the knowing of what the key is that you need. Loosen its tongue, and many secrets shall I split forth. When you say unlock the key, what do you mean? And knowing the key is not enough. So Ravel thinks knowing it and unlocking it, 2 tests that might be joined. For at times a thing knows not its nature, but you are no stranger to that. Ravel crackles a long, hideous cry that fills your ears with pain. Oh, so perhaps the key doesn't know that he is the key, I'm guessing. Or it is the key, or whatever that thing is. Ravel, how am I talking to you if this is someone else's experience? Of stolen experience and telling will Ravel do, but not telling of how she speaks to you now. She speaks soothingly. Many are the branchings and twistings of Ravel, and many are her secrets. I need you knowing of this. I see. Farewell. Return, I will give what help I can. Earl gives a small smile, and horrible yellow fang grin. Blackish tongue darts from her lips and lingers at the edge, teasing. But in the end, only one question remains. What do you mean, Revel? Only one question. This I ask. Revel's eyes blazed like fires. The red light turning her face blood red. What can I change? The nature of a man. Okay. At this question, you feel a tremor pass through, like thunder, and you feel yourself burn. Let the experience go. Your vision clears until you are standing once again before the hideously green stone. It looks different than before, more horrid somehow. Try and shake off the experience. Have to look for a door. No, I think I have to look for a key. Somewhere here at least. Let's talk to this guy. Well. The older man is chewing on something, muttering softly to himself. After a moment, there is a crack as he crunches down on the object in his mouth, then swallows it. His bushy, brassy white eyebrows furrow for a moment, rise and then furrow again. Greetings. Without so much as looking at you, the man reaches into his tunic, pulls out a puce-colored ball, regards it curiously for a moment, then pops it into his mouth. What's spruce colored? What's that color? Spruce is a dark red with purple brown crawler. A brownish purple or a dark reddish brown. It sounds as if it's some kind of an item or an object that the name of the color got its name from, but maybe not. I said greetings. The man frowns and waves at you away, then nods to himself thoroughly as he savors the flavor of whatever he's put into his mouth. It's basically like gum, I guess. I have some questions. The man smirks, bites his thumb at you, then abruptly pauses, his cheeks swollen with a violent gag. He picks up a large black fly which he begins to buzz around the chamber. Narration candles be damned, he cries. Shaking his fist at an insect, he whirls at you. What? Oh, candies. It's a candy, yeah. Narration candy. And it was a fly. I see. I got questions about this place. He pops a small red candy into his mouth. Do you always trapeze about molesting puissant mages with your ignorant prattle, babbling, blathering, chattering? The candy shoots from his mouth on chattering, flying in a high arc to land on the floor with a wet blip. He stares at it sadly. I'm sorry about your candy. It was so tasty too, he mouths. He suddenly looks up, snarling. Sorry, as you should be. You're piking dung beetle. Mages deserve respect, and bashers like you should know their proper place. He begins to jump up and down. Proper place, proper place. Calm down, I only means to ask you some questions. I care not, you yeasty beef-witted pignut. His eyes bulge out as he jabs his finger at you. Now off with you, and do not return without being prepared to show the proper respect. Come paying tribute, a gift. He suddenly draws close and whispers from the side of his mouth. Candies or chocolate should be nice, but nothing common, mind you. Bring something exotic, now be gone. Fine, now look around the world for something suitable.
Dated my journal.
That's interesting. Probably one of the merchant has something for him.
All right.
Let's use this stone. The base of this aquatic blue stone has been sculpted so it appears to have melted into the pedestal it rests upon. A stream of perfect azure, maybe azure, I think azure, azure tears drip down the sides, framing the inscription beneath the pedestal, longing, beneath the sensation. As you place your hands upon the stone, its surface slippers beneath your touch. A chill washes over your arms, like plunging your hand into a mountain stream. Close your eyes, submerged into the experience. As you close your eyes, you blink and reopen them. Your eyes are brimming with tears, and you are overcome with the terrible sensation of drowning. As the sensation rolls through you, there is the stirring in your breast, a hunger, poisonous like a serpent, biting into your heart until you feel as if your breast will explode. You want desperately to steady yourself, focus, but all that comes to your eye is tears. Wipe away your tears. You raise your hand to wipe away your tears. Your hands are soft, delicate woman's hands. They brush the stray tears from your cheek, and you cup them in your hands. Each of the tears like jewels shimmering in the lights. Turn to examine the lights. The lights are cast by candle globes that drift through your sanctuary. You have come to this place to gather your thoughts, to reflect on the past with an eye toward the future. to cleanse the mind before the coming journey, yet you cannot concentrate. Your thoughts remain in the present, trapped there by the terrible feeling that rides in your breast. What did he mean? Close your eyes, sigh. You close your eyes, but his words echo in your mind 100, 1,000 times. Will he ever return? The sound is a whisper, an echo. Only you, only you. Yet you hesitated at the brink of a time's door, and he must have thought you afraid to go, but you were not. You were afraid to stay, and the fear. The serpent rides in your breast again, its fangs biting into your heart, filling it to bursting with poison. The tears come again, running down your cheeks in streams, his words echo, only you, only you. Your eyes snap open, it is his voice. You whirl and you gasp, he stands powerful in the shadows, and he strides into the light of the drifting candle globes, and you feel the serpent writhing and dying. He returned, his face stern, but somewhere in those features you can almost see his pleasure of seeing you. After all, he returned for echo. Only you can help me, Dainara, but it was wrong for me to ask you for your help. You speak, Dainara, yet it is you, great skinned like a statue striding from the light. Are you that scared? Your body looks like it has been bathed in knife blades. The wounds, the tattoos, horrible, yet you see through Dainara's eyes, and she sees. How can she see you in such a way? She puts a cloak over your features. She sees you in such light, such terrible longing, light, for she. How can she feel such? Try to refocus. Brace yourself. Hold on to the experience. You feel your vision tearing, doubling until you are that man striding from the light. It is you, but not you. You feel yourself being torn. It is Dainara's experience, but at the same time it is also yours. And you, what? I ask too much of you to accompany me, Dainara. I have no right to place you in such a danger for my sake. It is your words, but they are a surgeon's words, chosen with cold skill, without a trace of emotion. With every word you feel yourself sneering inside, knowing what the stricken girl will see next through her longing-stained eyes. And who are you, that person, that man, twisting her with your words, not knowing how powerful they are to her, like bolts from a ballista, piercing her breast, sure, yet she sees only the relief at your return. Now, how can she feel and not know you mean to... This is confusing. I have come to ask for your forgiveness, Dainara. I shall return to you as soon as I am able. Your vision tears again, doubling and bleeding, until you are facing yourself again, trying desperately to speak, to warn Dainara that this is not a man, but a creature that kills for his own needs. He doesn't care about you, Dainara. You are a tool to him, a tool he needs too. But Dainara speaks and you cannot stop her. I would place myself in 1,000 dangers, embrace eternity for you, my love. I am not afraid. Listen to me, I will accompany you, though the plains themselves should bar the way. You feel yourself shattering. Relief and satisfaction, dissatisfaction at her words, knowing she would say them, always knowing, and her admiration of love. Admission of love is like the slamming of a particular ice across your chest. Trapped, she is yours, but you must be certain, so you drive the nail home. The way is dangerous. You will have to be strong, far stronger than you are now. Swimming through her mind, relief and the wave of relief, the end of longing, yet longing for him more at his words, not noticing his manipulations, all you need to be strong, and his path shall be as one with yours. Your thoughts are like fires, for you can be strong, stronger than he knows. You know no fear, you would die for him. I can be strong, my love, I will. Her words slide off of him like water. The serpent in her breast is one piercing her heart with poison, has been replaced by this serpent in the flesh. She sees nothing of this, and his next words are planned carefully, so carefully. I can't say if you will succeed, Diana, but I will do my best to protect you, and I will expect nothing less the same from you. You may be required to make some sacrifices. At that final terrible word, you feel yourself being torn apart. He means her harm, he means you harm, for you are her, and he means to hurt her. Yet you need her to be harmed, and you want to scream at her that she is in danger. Run, run, Dianara, for his eyes, and make all things, and of course, my love, life is sacrifice, it is what I learned. You, she, her, you speak the words, and in it you feel yourself dying inside. You are a spectator, and you have watched a woman die. For the words are the death sentence, yet still she speaks, unheeding, uncaring. I left a legacy in my father's keeping, my love. Ask for the sixth, the third, the K, and the S. In it, I bequeath everything to you. 'Tis not much, but with it I left him. A wave of irritation washes over you. You clench your teeth to prevent the irritation from crossing your features. Must she always continue to rattle, even when you do not prompt her? Must she? But no. Keep the irritation inside, only a trace slips out. Come now, I cannot die, Dainara. There is no need for such foolishness. She is overcome with fear that revolts you, and the fear wells up inside her. You as you watch him frown, you hasten to correct them. He must know the reasons, and know the wisdom behind them, so he is impressed with your planning. Speak before he turns away. Oh. So I'm speaking as Dayanara to that other fake nameless one. Maybe not fake, but previous incarnation, and I'm asking him to tell me what's causing his condition. I know I often act foolishly, my love, but you said yourself that you can forget things if you are badly hurt. There are things in the legacy that could help you remember should you forget yourself. You coldly regard her through your eyes, tracing your gaze along her furrowed brow, wrinkled with worried desperation. She has acted as you expected, yet there is something in what she says. Perhaps I yet hope nothing in this legacy of value. I do not want you to leave any things here in some safe that could be of some use to our journey. Her illusion is shattered, just for a moment, as you watch silent as the emotion falls to the ground, splintering like a silvered glass. Of some use, such a casual statement, yet even Dayanara sees, and you hope, just for a moment, you hope that she sees him for what he is. The serpent. And your hope dies, and in Dayanara's eyes, the emotion is rebuilt, the slivers being drawn from the ground, the illusion rebuilt, but the slight sliver of pain remains. He thinks you have done something foolish, yet you did it for him. You must make amends, but how? You must convince him to the legacy is unimportant. But it isn't, it's everything. The legacy, my love, it just has a few things to help you remember. The scythe of words falls on Dainara so quick, so sharp, you cannot follow its arcing path. The legacy, the things you do, Dainara, such romantic gestures, no matter. No, you, Dainara, you have driven him away again, like you did the night before. You feel the serpent's tyranny and reborn, curling around your heart. There is the softest of hisses, yet he does not hear. Would you wish to leave a legacy, my love, for yourself or for anyone you would want to? It might help you remember if you left something for yourself or the ones you loved. The word scythe falls again, terrible and swift. Yet this time the illusion holds, and the serpent is cloaked. The serpent is cunning, and it shall not reveal itself until it strikes. A legacy for myself, not likely. The things I would leave for myself would not be safe in some advocate's office, Dainara, but enough of this, I must leave. He's leaving, you must make him remember, and the experience swirls around the terrible, the spiraling toward the final scene. The question she wants to ask, don't ask it, Dainara, don't ask it, be silent and be silent. My love, before you go. His anger and irritation, what now? His anger, his irritation, what now, girl, what now, you mewling banshee? Before I go, it looks like I am in no danger of that. Come, Dainara. I can't. These questions wait for the moment. There's much. She is desperate, drowning. Say it, and you, speak it. Do you want me to come with you, my love? The rush of emotion dies in your mind. This is the end. The words you about to speak are true, but the truth is not the truth she seeks. There are no lies, only cold calculations. Of course she wants you to come with him. Dainara, you understand it clearly, too clearly. He has invested too much in the poor girl to let her go. Of course, Dainara, I would not have asked you to come with me if I did not want your company. You know how I feel about you. There is a cold silence in his mind, then a hissing of a thought, a response sharp and deadly, like a dagger blade. The lie comes swiftly, unburdened by emotion. I love you, Dainara. And you want to scream as if you feel the lie wash over her like a radiance, but it is a shadow of truth, a serpent's kiss, and he means you harm, and she can't see you want to call out because she is crying with joy, even as cry with joy, with frustration, with joy, with despair. The emotion washes over you like you are drowning, and you need to speak. You long to speak, but you cannot, and you tear yourself away from the experience, and you scream as you tear your hands from the stone. Bloody tears rushing from your eyes, running in streams down your arms, your hands, to coat the stone, blood, her blood, and you can't warn her, and you can't stop crying. Anna is watching you, terrified. She looks like she wants to step forward to help, but she's paralyzed. Are you alright? Yes. I just need a moment. Anna is silent, staring at you, hypnotized. Your blood drips upon the floor, each tear splattering into a crimson circle as it strikes the flagstones of the sensorium. What did you see? What did you see in that thin stone? Longing. Anna frowns, confused, then stares daggers at the sensory stone, as if she is thinking about shattering it. I'm longing to break that stone. I'm to tear you up, so no, I just need a moment and I'll be fine. As much as you want to hurl the memory of the experience from you, you hold it fast because you know it's important to remember it. It was you in that experience. It was Dianora's experience, but because it was you, your memories flooded you, and you could feel both sides at once. Who were you? Who was that shade of you? John from the stone and leaf. That was kinda heavy. But the writing is pretty interesting, for sure. He even cried with bloody tears.
Endure. In enduring, grow strong.
Maybe that was the door, so to say. Maybe not. I'll try to get some some kind of candy. And then I'll probably end the stream.
I'm gone.
One of the merchants should have it. Let's see. Oh, the lower ward, right?
All right.
This is the market. Yep. Should ask maybe Alec. Alec. No, probably not him.
All right.
Anze, maybe. I have some questions. What is that furnace used for? He glances at the furnace and then lowers his voice. The furnace does nothing other than teach me lazy boy responsibility. That boy is always yapping and talking and such, reckons himself a scholar and don't know the value of real work. If you have serious questions, well, he may be better to ask than me.
I'm
a-
gone.
Well, where is he? Laszlo? You see a young boy with pale yellow skin. His clothes are dirty and in need of mending. Currently, he is standing in the furnace. Greetings. He turns and gives you a half smile as he sets down his work. Hail, do you need some help? Yes, I have some questions. Aye, I'll be pleased to help you if I could. The bot looked grateful and to be toiling over the furnace. What can I answer for you? Why does everyone seem to have yellow skin around here? It's the sickness, it is, caused by the bad air. What with the smoke and all, and the factory smogs, it can get pretty hard to breathe easily around here. He shrugs. Some days it's not good to be out when the smogs linger too long. They can scald your eyes right off the skull. It's so sad. So it's said. Can something be done about this? I don't know. At times the wings come from the spire and blow the cities clear of smog. But that's not as often as would be liked. He blinks, glances around and shrugs. Ladies will, I guess, don't make much sense. But then little does if you look at it long enough. Let's see.
Done.
Have some questions. Doesn't seem like anyone here sells that kind of thing.
I'm gone.
Maybe I should ask some of the shoppers. You see an older woman dressed in simple clothes. Her pale yellow skin is weathered with age. She gives you a bored look as you approach. Greetings. Hello to you as well, youngster. What you been eating from old Belle? Have some questions. She frowns at your face, almost disappears in her wrinkles. I got time for a couple, but make it quick. Can you tell me about this word? Listen, youngster, I'm here to shop, and you ain't a merchant. Get my drift? I see. Well, I'm kinda lost. Maybe... No, it's empty.
All right.
I think it would be fine to end the stream here. Thanks for watching the stream and or watching the VOD if you're watching the VOD. It's been quite fun so far playing this game. I'll see you on Thursday next time. It was fun. Take care, everyone.